What you see as the problem that stop you from being at your best with your fitness isn't really what's holding you back. It goes deeper than that. On a surface level, you may think it's just this one thing that you need to help you out. But I'm here to tell you it's more than that one thing. It's part of the formula for your success to be in the best shape of your life and have the healthy lifestyle you dream about. If you don't put your energy in the right focus, now your energy is taken away and it really depletes you, and then you can't overcome what's holding you back with your fitness. That's where you start feeling like you reach a plateau. You may have got some of the success, but now you feel stuck, or you barely have felt like you moved the needle forward. I'm Lee Agbohlah with LT Performance. In this video, I'll tell you about overcoming your fitness plateau and really dive into what's holding you back so you can reach the goals that you've been looking for. Now, in this video here, I'm gonna make it simple for you to understand what's holding you back. I'm gonna give you the right action steps so you can start going forward on your journey. When you think about a plateau, is it really a plateau? Or is it just that barrier that we imagined? Now, the plateau that you're feeling is because your energy with your actions are not directed in the right spot, right? So when you're typically feeling held back, you feel like there's so many reasons why you can't make it happen sometimes, and you start putting down the one big one that you feel that will make the difference. You may feel like, man, my body just isn't able to do it. You might feel like you don't have the perfect diet, or you don't have the perfect workout. There's different things that hold you back. Now, I have understood within my 12 years of coaching that there's going to typically be one of the big three major barriers that are holding you back. The first is time. Time is something that you feel you're lacking. And this is something that within our current society that we feel like we're stretched thin in so many places because we are in a go, 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 right? Type of atmosphere where everything is about getting as much done as possible. There's a lot of things that we have to get done. Everything is built on how can we do it faster, right? That's why we have so many things automated. That's why AI is working so heavily right now, because it's here to make things be smoother and easier for us. But how do we put that within our fitness, right? When we feel like we're stretched thin with time, with that, our busy schedule, or we're putting in our business, being a parent, having our relationships with other people in our life or family, right? We understand that this could feel like it stretches thin. So in time, you feel like you reach a plateau because you don't feel like you have enough of it. So how do you overcome that time? It's not just what people think about, oh, it's about managing my time better, right? It's about managing time. How can I manage my time better? Well, we all only have 24 hours in the day, right? So how do you make that fitness part be part of it, right? How do you fit the fitness within it, right? You have to be a master of your time, not being a slave to, letting time work you, right? You make your schedule fit what you need to have happen, get done. So that's why within this fitness part of it, no matter how thin you feel stretched, there's enough time to put in your fitness. It's about, are you gonna make it a priority? Is that getting it done in the morning, afternoon, evening? Is that time between meetings that you may have where you could fit in a workout, where you can go to the gym? Or is that if you're working from home to do it? Is it by the end of the day, when you're finished with everything, now you got 20 minutes to yourself before you're gonna dedicate that to your family and call it a night? That's what it's about, is fitting it in. So the thing within time is that's not the real problem. The real problem is you're allowing time to take over your life instead of you being able to be the master of time and fitting it in for yourself, right? And making it happen. So put your fitness in that time slot that you can be consistent. Remember, it only takes less than 2% of your time each week to reach your goals. It's so true. Think about it. You got 168 hours. At most, you need 3.5 hours there for your fitness to be consistent within what you're doing. That's plenty of time. But are you going to put the time into doing that? The consistency is what you're missing. So right now we know if you don't fit it in because you feel like you don't have time, it's the consistency you're missing there with your fitness. So let's fit in the time. That's the first big thing that you have to move forward, is that time is that issue, right? Second thing that you may feel is holding you back is when you go on a restricted diet, you feel like, man, I'm cutting so many calories. I've exhausted that, right? What else can I do? I can't do it anymore. This is just more of a sign of fatigue within your eating. And this is why within 2 years, more than 90% of people after successful even weight loss transformation gain more weight than originally lost. So even if you have reached the point where you start to lose some weight and you feel like you're plateau, or you get started and then you quickly feel like you get stuck, typically because this part here within the fatigue within you doing the nutrition. Because as time goes, that your body will start to catch up, right? So when you're trying to just go stick to this restrictiveness, you're still missing the parts of the consistency there, right? And that's, instead of going restriction, how about making better choices within your nutrition? That's gonna work for you. If you don't put this part of it in, you start noticing fatigue within what you're doing with eating. So it starts to catch up to you. This is something that many will struggle with. So this is you right now. This is where you have to take away what you've been doing with restriction and start putting in, how can I help myself out within that? Because over time, your body eventually gets exhausted with you going on all these different restricted diets. You never really set a foundation with your nutrition to actually help yourself be able to be in the prime position to promote fat loss, right? When you're trying to lose weight, that's what you're trying to do, is lose the fat and be able to boost it. But if you don't have this set in, then now you just feel stuck. And that's the problem, right? We got to get past that part of being stuck. The third thing that you feel is typically holding you back with your plateau is no motivation. Motivation is something I like to say that you can use it only for a short period of time. It's not sustainable. The theme of this video and what I talk about that you should be understanding, it's all about consistency that allows you these things to be sustainable, right? The habits that you can promote to be where you want to be with your fitness. What has helped me and helped me with my clients is these habits allow the sustainability. So I'm gonna be honest, motivation will come and go. We all have it at certain times, don't get me wrong. Even for myself, I can be motivated in a short period of time because I may have a trip coming up and I want to look good for that trip. I might have where, I see some motivation that I might see online of someone that's crushing it, like, man, if they can do with how much weight they're lifting, man, I know I can do that. So I might be a little bit more motivated the next time I go in the gym or watch a great documentary on one of my favorite bodybuilders or something. That gets me going, right? We all have it. So your motivation can be different at certain times, right? That you may have it, but it quickly dissipates. So what allows me, even though I still get motivation within my journey, what allows me to keep going and allows what I teach to my clients is that drive gets you to continue to do it because it's all part of what you want to do in life. So you always have to tie it back into what's important. So you start to feel that fatigue part where you don't understand, why am I really doing this, right? Why is it so important for me? We all will face it. No one's saying that you won't have those points where you want to miss a workout and you may take off a week, but instead of prolonging this where you're losing results that you're getting from being consistent, you got to tie it back into the bigger part of your life. What is most important, right? Is that your family, right? Being around for your family, being able to be a provider, to provide that security that your family needs. How does that tie into with you being healthier and with your fitness and being in better shape? I know how that ties in, right? Because I know if you have more energy, you have a more vibrant relationship with the people within your family, you're not always tired. You can do more things that you might not be able to do, certain activities that they may want to do that you can't do, right? It allows you to be more confident in yourself and to be able to drive other relationships that you have in life as well, right? That is important, is to be able to be a higher earner, make more money. Well, fitness is going to tie into that because if I can perform faster and I can do more in my day, I'm going to be able to do more, right? So we all have these different things in our life that we want to be able to do. Maybe it's to retire early or whatever, right? Your fitness is going to play a part in that. How is that going to allow you to have the longevity that you want to be where you want to be within life, right? To be able to accomplish these things before we're done, right? Before we're done with what we do here on this earth. So you gotta tie it in. If you don't tie it in, that's where you're gonna feel fatigue. That's where you reach the plateau. The plateau, you're just like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm done. How can I move forward? So you have to put your why back into it. And it's something that you may think that you're doing, but you're not. Because when you're starting to feel like I can't do it, that boosts you back in to be driven to keep going forward. Because the motivation you have, that's short term. Most motivation external, right? It's not really internal. The more internal motivation actually is tied into your drive to get you to go forward. Not going to be motivated each and every day. It's impossible, because there's things that are not going to get you to be having that fire in your belly. But what you get the fire in your belly is that desire, that drive, right, to do more and to be able to. That's what it does. So you have to tie that into. So to overcome these plateaus that you're going through, to be where you need to be at, what's holding you back, is typically it rolls in those three barriers that we have, which is time, right? Which is our restrictedness within our eating, which is our lack of motivation. So we got to fix those and put the right solutions in so we can help to overcome these plateaus. So it's not that you're not going to reach that point, because we all are going to in our journey, no matter what aspect it is in our life. But how do we overcome it to move forward? Well, we have to uncover this part there so you can be in the best fitness of your life. So where are you at when it comes to overcoming these plateaus? Are you going to apply what I told you here in this video to put in the next action steps? Or where do you stand with that? Let me know in the comments of what was your biggest takeaway of this. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe.